Hey, welcome back to a short edition of Paul's Outdoor Academy. I just put in at Caney Creek. I'm going to try some finesse methods, maybe a chatterbait one or two times, but mostly I'm going to try a Ned rig and a drop shot and just see if I can pick up some fish really quick this evening. I only have about an hour and 10 minutes maybe to fish, hour and 15 minutes. So I'm going to hit just some major places that I've had luck in the past and just look and see if any of those methods will produce for me today. So it is absolutely gorgeous outside. It is September 29th. I think it's September 29th. So thanks for joining me, and let's see what we can make happen. I'm going to show you my view. Yes, sirree, Bob, that's me. We're headed way out here. We'll probably stop out here on the main point if nobody's on it, make about 3 casts, and then we're going to head on downriver. We're going to go out of Caney Creek to the right on the main channel and go from there. All right, point number 1. I'm going to roll up here, throw about 4 or 5 casts at the most, and then we're headed downstream. Okay, and we're back. We're back and my battery died. I hooked this back up because I had some luck on this earlier. This is actually called a shaky head, a finesse worm. And so I'll get you, if it works really well, I'll get you more information about it so that you can try it also. So far it caught me that one little bass, which I don't care. To me, that was just fantastic. That's what I'm doing here. And if another one hits it, then maybe I'm onto something with this little fellow. Stuck on something right there. I'm gonna try to come over that branch. When I'm raising my rod really high like that, I'm trying to come over a branch. And I'm gonna let it go back down. So I am in fairly deep water. So the problem with this, as far as how easy it is to break off sometimes, is that I'm using like 12-pound fluorocarbon. Here's the knot, and it goes down to a 6-pound fluorocarbon leader for drop shotting. And that is to keep the fish from seeing it. It's more of a finesse technique. And the problem is, if you get something very large and it goes and wraps you around a tree, you're just very likely going to lose it, is what it boils down to. There's nothing I can do about that. But I have also caught some really nice fish doing this. I'm going to go back over here in this general area since I've had a few hits here. And I'm going to try this again, and I'm just going to kind of try to slowly work it where I see these trees. How much of this you can see, I'm not sure, but I see trees coming down off the bank over there. I know they come out into the water just a little bit. And I'm just trying to pick up anything off these trees that I can. And what I'm gonna do is, man, I can't believe I lost that fish, but what I'm gonna do is sneak back over here again, because I am getting some hits off this tree. I just can't seem to get them in the boat. Let's try this again. I'm gonna come up this left side of this thing. You can work this as aggressive as you want to. You can just let it completely sit still and hold the worm up off the bottom. Let the weight just sit on the bottom. My wife and daughter recently were fishing with me, and they found they were getting the most hits when they threw this and slowly retrieved it off the bank. They're actually pulling it as if it was a crankbait. They were just doing it really slow, and they were definitely getting hits doing that. And so I know that was working for them. I mean, they were catching fish, excuse me, not just getting hits. They were actually catching fish. So I know that worked for them. You might be able to see my line. It's kind of tight. There, it's coming over a branch. I think I just had a tap, maybe not. I am coming across a branch right here. It could just be a branch again. Oh, a bunch of branches. Woo! Let me get this right out here, and then I'm gonna let it sink right back down. I'm letting it go all the way back down to the bottom again, because I know there's some tree right here in front of me. And so it's what I love doing, is fishing these trees out in the deeper water, especially on a point like this one. A lot of times you just can't pick them up in the tree, and they're out in the deeper water. And as the evening goes on, they're going to keep going in further and further and further. Is what I have found, is that they're going to keep looking for their food. They're going to just kind of work their way back up out of the deep into the shallower water. There's one right there. Are you on there? You sure are. See? Oh, he's another 7-pounder, boys. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, man. Now, I've got extremely large hands. I don't want y'all thinking when I'm saying this 7 pounds that I'm wrong. I've got very large hands, right? I mean, golly bum, this fish is just massive. I'm trying to roll this out of your mouth, buddy. Ah, there we go. Look here. Say goodbye. Thank you, buddy. So, I mean, I've been sitting here on this tree, fishing it over and over and over again, but you're starting to see why it's hard for me to leave and go on down the lake. And the thing is, okay, I'm catching some small fish. So, I'm gonna have to get all this undone. There's my hook. I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna throw this one more time to see, just, you know, who knows? Actually, you know what? I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I don't have the time. Let's go ahead. Even though I'm getting hits on that tree and I've caught a few small fish, I really want to get on down and try some more points before I run out of time. I want you to look. I just caught a bigger one than any of the 2 that I've caught so far, if I don't lose him. Come on, buddy. Look at him. You gotta be careful, because when I got a 6-pound leader, swing him in the boat. There you go, buddy. Look at that bad boy. Now we're getting there. So if those others were 7 pounds, I'm gonna guess this one at about 15. I'm kidding, of course, but that's beautiful. Look at him. Thank you so much. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome. Again, drop shot does not always catch small fish. You're seeing it right here. I'm catching a decent fish. I lost something huge. I don't know what it was. Now that one cost me my weight, and that's very common on this. Sometimes you'll lose your weight. You can't get upset about it. That's just part of it. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm going right back. I'm gonna go right back over here and do that again. These bass are in here running this bait fish. And I've got to try throwing some other stuff. I know I do, but dadgum, this is how I catch my fish. If you're gonna drop shot, keep a lot of drop shotting supplies handy. I mean, part of the beauty of this system is the ability to continue catching fish when you're losing part of your rig. You may say, well, there's nothing beautiful about that. But to me, what I'm saying is, I just lost my weight, but I didn't lose the entire setup. How many other things can you do that way in fishing? How many times can you lose part of your bait and keep fishing? Now, he nailed that, guys, and that was a nice fish. I love these outside points. I know these fish, from what people are telling me, are eventually going to start transitioning their way back into the shallower coves and stuff. And I don't know when they're going to do it, but these outside creek points are probably, these points outside these coves are one of the places that they're going to probably stop. They're going to, I don't know if you call that transitioning or not, but they're probably going to transition between here and going back further in the cove as soon as it gets a little bit colder. There's a tree right there. It comes out. You can sort of see what I'm fishing right over there. I wish I knew how to zoom up on this stuff for you. But there's a tree over there. And I'm gonna throw this in hopes of fishing somewhere near the end of it. I guess I can turn this back on just so we can see what we're doing. You know, I had said I would get to at least 4 or 5 points tonight. So far, I've made it to 3. My problem is I've got to learn how to say, okay, I think I have fished this spot out and all that's left are little fish and go, move on. Well, there's a fish. Oh, I missed him. There was something pecking on it right there. I managed to keep it though. He felt small, to be honest with you. I'm gonna say probably was a little old bitty thing, but he was pecking the daylights out of it. Bam, bam, bam. I tell you right now, I'm too close to what I'm fishing. Sometimes I do that. I goof up and I'm not paying attention and I end up way too close. But you saw me catch that one right on top of it. This water is murky. They're not going to have as easy of a time spotting my boat, that's for sure. I see plenty of cover right here for the fish to hide and take advantage of the bait fish. I need to quickly go on down to the next point because I'm really technically not on the point anymore. I'm pretty far away from the actual point. I'll get over this tree and get that to sink. Now I'll go back down right there. Keep a little bit of tension in that line as it's dropping. Just enough that I can tell if something hits it on the drop and takes off with it, I'll see it take off. There's one. Oh, dadgummit. I guess that was probably pretty small. I'm gonna go right back over here, just to the left of where that was. If that was Junior, maybe Papaw's right over here by the tree. Come on now, you know you want some. I hungry. Come on. Right here in the end of this tree. Oh, son. There's some big fish under here. And I do see a couple small fish too. Let's drop this down. I really don't know exactly how to tell where they're at, but I can see some fish right there. And these dadgum things are so sensitive nowadays that I have figured out recently that sometimes I'm seeing my own bait and sinker down there. I can sit here and actually watch the thing rise and fall as I'm working it up and down. And so sometimes I get myself confused and I don't know when I'm actually seeing fish and when I'm actually seeing myself. This bank looks so incredible. I love it. It is deep. There's deep water nearby. The channel is nearby. Good heavens, what just happened to that tree? I made a video similar to this last year when I was first learning how to drop shot, and I posted a video of that and talked about what I was doing. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was more in the middle of summer, because I want to say that it was 93 degrees that day that I was trying to fish this way. And boy, that was miserable. Now, this looks really good. Big old tree. Big old tree dropping down in the water. Right here is behind those branches and leaves. So I don't know if you can see it or not, but depending on, okay, I see it on the fish finder. It's not, there's not a whole lot of it left. It's probably been there for years and years and years. And actually, that makes it a little bit easier to fish. I just don't know if it holds fish as well. There's one. Get it, boy, get it. Take it. There you go. Got you. Oh, shoot, he's another 7-pounder, folks. Golly bum. Oh, calm down. Be still. Oh, son. 7-pounder. Whew. I can't wait to tell all these people about these dang 7, 8, 10-pounders I'm catching. Nobody's gonna believe it. I know these are not big fish, but I've done this enough to know that maybe every 10th fish that I catch all of a sudden is 2 pounds. I've caught one that weighed right at 3 pounds doing this, so it's not like this is only for small fish. I'm telling you, all I'm doing is I'm finding those trees or those rocks where I think there may be fish hanging out. I'm throwing this in there, and I pretty much take the slack out of the line to where I can feel the weight just coming up off the bottom, and then I stop and I twitch it. And so what that's doing, bam, 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 there we go, hit it, get it, boy. Oh, there was one right there and I missed him. There's one right there, but he's probably small. I think there are a lot of crappie also moving up into trees right now, so it's possible that what I'm feeling are crappie taking a stab at it. But there's one right there. Hit it again on the fall. You in there? Nope. Okay, I gotta retract that. That might have been a branch. Maybe I'm a little excited. But I'm letting this weight sit on the bottom, and I'm lifting the little wormy dude up into the water column about a foot. There's one. Look at him running. I don't know if you can see that, but he's there. There he is. There's gonna be another decent one if I can keep him on here. All right, this is gonna be the second biggest one I've caught today if I get him in the boat. And see, he's a little bit better. Folks, these guys are chomping. That is, boy, that's heavy. To be a little bit shorter, I want you to look at the mouth on this guy. He's like, what are you hitting me for, man? Oh my goodness, come on, get out of there. God, these circle hooks are brutal. Look at this. Chunk, buddy. Poing, poing, poing. What can I say? I like me minnows, man. Beautiful, just gorgeous fish. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Go on, buddy, grow up. Thank you for absolutely nailing my bait. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you right now, should I be doing something else? You tell me. I'd love to hear from you in my comments. I'd like to hear you say, that's great you're catching those, but they're small. And if you would switch to fill in the blank, you would actually start catching yourself some big fish. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd like to know what you think I should do differently right now, because that's the only way that I'm gonna learn. It's fun, man, I'm telling you. Because he was such a nice fish. Now also, answer me this in my comments. I'd love to hear from some of you all. Should I go back and fish that exact same spot again? Folks, there's another fish right there. Oh boy, okay, he's a little bit better. Let's give him some room. That's too much. Come on, reveal yourselves. Guys, this fish is fighting. Oh, I hope this is a nice bass. Whoa, did you see that? Did you see that? Got my motor up. At least let us see you before you come off there if you're gonna break my line. You gotta play this easy, I'm telling you. Oh, look there, it's just he's not that big, but man, he's got some fight. You're seeing it right here, drop shotting with an ugly brown little worm. Will put some fish in your boat. I don't know what this fish is gonna weigh, but I can tell you right now, it's gonna be over a pound. Surely it's at least a little bit bigger than a pound. You see how big he was? Oh, is that a smallmouth? I think it's a smallmouth. I'm gonna actually reach in here and get him. No, look at that spotted. Look at that, guys. Look at this gut, girls. Ain't he pretty? Look at that fish. That dude is the bomb. That's definitely over a pound. That's more like a pound and a half probably. He is chunk. Yeah, I don't think he's a slaunch donkey, but he ain't no baby. Look at him. I hope that you'll grow up and just keep chomping, because look at this. Look at the coloration. Gosh, he's beautiful. Beautiful. Oh man, that's just about going to wrap it up. But dang, it's hard to leave when you're catching these fish. Look at this. That's at least 1.5 pounds because he's just so big. He's not that long. But let's get him in the water. Thank you, man. What a blessing. He said, ho, ho, there's the popcorn I've been looking for. Now, am I winning a tournament with those? Probably not. But am I having a great time? Absolutely. So I ended up fishing so long it got so dark that I could not do my closeout like I like to do on my videos. I wanted to take just a few minutes to actually show you what was working for me. I talked about it some off and on during the filming, but I want to specifically show you the setup I was using. What ended up being the winning combination for me over and over, and I'll show you the package now that I can actually take the time to do it, are these Zoom shaky head worms. It's so bright out here, I hope you can see this. Zoom shaky head worm in green pumpkin color. These are really short. It doesn't even say on the package as far as I can tell, but I think these are 5 inches long. I think that's about 5 inches long, 5 or 6. And you can see they just taper down. They have a little tiny tail on them. And here's one that I have rigged up. So I'll tell you how I rig it. This is just a spinning reel and nothing fancy here at all. The rod nor the reel are expensive. This is, I think, 12-pound test fluorocarbon line. And I use a leader. You can see the tie right here, which I'd like to do a video and show you how I'm tying these in case you haven't found someone else who can explain this very well. But I've got this tied here. It goes to 6-pound fluorocarbon string and a 1/0, I think it's a Gamakatsu #1 circle hook. From the hook down to the weight is about 1 foot. And this really worked well for me. As far as how I rigged it up, literally just I hooked it. Hopefully you can get a good look at this, but the worm is just hooked on the hook, just like that. It just comes right through the middle of it. And the way that I'm fishing those, I tried to explain in the video, was if you're imagining this going down in the water and the weight landing on the bottom of the water, you want to try to keep that weight. If you're jerking this too far up, the weight's coming up off the bottom and it's moving. So try to throw it in as soon as you can feel the resistance of the weight coming off the bottom. Stop and let it go, and then just move this just an inch or two, or just let it sit still. The lake water is going to move it around anyway, but it's sitting there in the water column and it's just fluttering like this when you're moving it. It's just kind of moving up and down. If you have any questions about anything you saw in the video, please don't hesitate to ask down below. That's what this whole process is for, right? Is to make videos and to learn something. Not only me learn from you, but you also maybe learn from me sometimes. Thank you for watching another one of my videos. I really appreciate it. I love it when people comment down below. Watching the video is great, but I'd also like to hear from you. I'd like to know if I'm doing something wrong. Feel free to just put it down below and we can start a conversation about it. I'd really also appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel and give these videos a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. God bless. Have a great day out on the water today if you're going fishing. Stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.